Hello. It's Elden Ring again. I don't know if many people will be here for this, considering there's probably like 1,000 other people streaming Elden Ring. However, I just kind of felt like playing it. And in some ways, it's kind of chill as a thing to play. It can be a chill game at times, like at least at the start. So when Elden Ring released, I tried a whole bunch of different characters, and when I tried spellcasters, I could never find spells. But I also never really tried a Faith and Arcane caster, so like, why not, I guess. Now that I have the power of looking up where things are, and also having recently started playing the game with a sorcerer again, just like learning that casting is kind of fun and in some ways less stressful than melee, considering I played most of the game as a melee character. Probably not going to be paying too much attention to the story or anything. Gotta get that light equip load. But yeah, whether or not anyone actually is around for this, well, I'll see, I guess, but just kind of felt like it. It is that Elden thing. Hello. I was just talking about how I wasn't sure if anyone was going to actually watch this because of the viewer to streamer ratio of Elden Ring and already being a small streamer. But yeah. This is a Faith Arcane caster, because I never really tried that, and now that I can look things up on the internet, I know, or I have the ability to locate any spells and incantations for once. Because back when this first released, when I tried a sorcerer, I only ever found Faith things. I've never actually beaten the Grafted Scion at the very start of the game. Not even once. I had a strat there. I was gonna try and stagger with Impaling Thrust, but whatever. That's fine. So yeah, welcome to Elden Ring. I was mentioning at the start of the stream that the start of the game is a little bit, it's kind of chill, so it's kind of a nice chill stream sort of thing. I'm a completely normal character. She looks completely normal. I only make characters that look completely normal. I'm definitely casting incantations right now. This is the incantation of backstab. But yeah, I'll probably primarily do casting and have like a backup weapon. If I can find one. Oh? I guess so, yeah. It is kind of funny that the Souls games are all like just fairly like somber or dire or bleak to varying degrees, and then people do like, and then people play them after having played them for the first time, and like the first thing they do is throw all of their clothes on the ground and sprint around stabbing things in the back and running past all of the enemies, and you know. Yeah, exactly. And like, I didn't throw all of my clothes on the ground, only my mask and my like foot-based rags that are allegedly pants. Since I have a robe at least, so I preserved most of my modesty. But you gotta get that light roll. Impaling Thrust is a really good Ash of War, actually, by the way. It turns out. Yeah, I skipped the intro cutscene. I'm probably not going to be focusing too much on the story, but I am going to try to, like, do more things. Have you been sleeping on spears? They have really good range, and Impaling Thrust has really good range and stagger damage. There are spears, I don't know how well they, like, scale, but there are definitely some spears that are good. And you can get, like, you can get a lance really early if you want to focus on spears. Like, even the short spear probably isn't too bad. Anyway, I'm going here immediately. This will certainly cause trouble. I doubt I'll be able to acquire the necessary item ahead in one go, but I can stand on this pot and wait until my poison goes away. Do you think that the game designers intentionally placed this here for that reason? Because I honestly don't know in this case. So I am prepared to immediately get vaporized, like, multiple times. It would make sense if they did, probably. You know what actually I should do? I should have kick at the ready. So I can kick people. Yeah. Whoop. I got ahead of myself. So the reason I'm going into here immediately... Take that, random guy over there. The reason I'm going here immediately and why I took 2 Stone Sword Seals as my starting item is entirely because there is a sacred seal in this dungeon. And I think... Actually, I might have to kill an enemy to get that. So this might not work out if I can't kill the enemy. I forget if it's a drop or a loot item. But there's a sacred seal that powers up Dragon Cult incantations and scales with Faith and Arcane in here. I should probably not be running this hastily. By the way, I think if you stand like right here, that is close enough for the wheel to clip you and get you killed, I think. Let's take this slowly instead of not doing that. This is still too high up. I think this is probably fine. I can fall down here, I think, and that's safe. I don't know if I'm allowed to go this far ahead. I think I am. Because the thing is confused and has to catch up. Right, here we go up. Okay, I do have to kill an enemy. Wait. I might be able to manage. I'm not a professional. Dang it. I'm already dead. Leave me alone, man. Banished knight. You don't need to do the flamethrower. I think I can manage this, probably. Maybe. I do want that seal. I probably don't need it desperately. I can always come back here a little bit later if this is too troublesome. Or maybe I was just standing really close to the edge on one of these and that's what got me clipped once. That was silly of me. Okay, I can just do that instead of trying to kick people. Now we wait for this to roll up there, and then we're safe to run for the rest of the way. And hey, if nothing else, I got a golden rune 5 out of this. That's not nothing. At the start of the game. It is at the very least something. I suppose I could also try to learn how to parry for this knight up here, because I do have a small shield. Oh, I wasn't safe the entire way after all. It was smarter and caught up faster this time. The inconsistency of the chariot. Don't know what I did the first time to make it work out. But I'll try to be more careful next time. I say sprinting ahead. I think I waited a bit too long here. Or like before dropping from that ledge. Yeah, it's fine this time. Oh, the combo from behind! When those enemies kind of ignored me before, or like didn't chase after me. This might not be feasible at the start. We'll come back here. All right, fine. I'll be normal. The one behind might have been run over. Yeah, that's true too. I've got other things to do and find and collect, anywho. I'll go back there when I have better spell or something.
Of course you
Hello, Vare.
without guy you are fate. Luck me. Are you familiar? You may all that. It will lead even if great to castles. The hope. It to castle if you.
Mashing through NPC dialogue reminds me that maybe I should go back and play like the first 3 Dark Souls. I say as if there's more than 3 Dark Souls. The 3 Dark Souls games on stream sometime. I like streamed Dark Souls, the first one, a long time ago, but that could be fun. Bear, seek lest, and all that. I haven't played Dark Souls 2 in a long time. Well, okay, I tried randomizing it to see how that would work, and it was, I think, even jankier than the other randomizers that I actually did stream. But like, maybe I should do an unrandomized 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 2.5, 3, even. Dark Souls 2 has a lot of neat ideas and is underappreciated, I think. I think Dark Souls 2 actually executes on the tone and story of what it's going for better than 1 and 3 in some respects. I say Dark Souls 2 is underappreciated, but I feel like that opinion is, like, over time has become more of a common opinion. Like, more people are like, yeah, Dark Souls 2 had some stuff that it did. It was alright, actually. I think it's also the only one with hexes in it, as far as spellcasting goes. I'd love to see what it's like again, because it's been a long time. Hello, Kale.
I am Kale.
You are Kale.
I am of selling
I don't think I need to see all of your dialogue.
You know, you should buy yourself a crafting.
Right, I have 0 runes because... Just kidding, I have 1600 runes. I have dragon wound grease. Is this anything? Is that helpful for me to have now? Probably not. I could acquire shoes and a shield that works. Maybe medium roll is okay. I didn't buy your crafting kit, I'm sorry. I did not follow instructions. I don't want that. It's a Dark Souls that doesn't know it's Dark Souls. That's an interesting thing. That's an interesting statement, because I believe some of the marketing for it really leaned into...
I'm glad you've made an exit.
Maybe it's 3 that I'm thinking of, but I think some of the marketing for 3 really leaned in, or for 2, really leaned into how difficult Dark Souls allegedly was. Whether or not it was, like, I think that's when the advertising didn't understand what Dark Souls difficulty was supposed to be like. I could be misremembering, and that was 3. But I also, I like, without having played any of them for real recently, I think 3 is one of the easier ones. Right, this has parry. I'd rather have no skill. The reason I say 3 might be one of the easier ones is because roll spam in 3 works better than it does in 1 or 2. But also, I forget which ones have the best Great Shield stuff going on. Or the best sorcery. I think sorceries are, and like casting is best in 2 because it has hexes and everyone loved those or something. The other thing, if I go back and play all the Dark Souls games, is I have the possibly rare opinion that the worst part of every Dark Souls game is the DLC. I don't know if that applies to Elden Ring or not. And like the Dark Souls 1 DLC is pretty alright. The Dark Souls 2 DLC is a bunch of question marks. Like, for me, in a couple different ways. And then the Dark Souls 3 DLC is where it's not worth it to fight any of the regular enemies, and the worst boss lives there. Those are my Dark Souls mild takes, I guess. The worst boss in Dark Souls 3 is Dark Eater Midir. This is my opinion. Right, since I've gone in here but not really actually gone in there, I'll mark it as I went in there. The Dark Souls 2 DLC, like, I think I've heard that a lot. I know that, like, some major Souls content people or something have always said, like, have said that some of the DLCs are, like, their favorite parts, and I strongly disagree with that. What if we made the whole cake out of icing? That's an interesting phrase.
To the foot. Then it said, summon me. Ah, I bequeath. It will some torrent. Treat him with.
Thanks for the horse. I'm not entirely certain what you mean by that. But it sounds accurate. Though I feel like maybe not for Dark Souls 2, because Dark Souls 2 DLC is what if we tried to be weird and different more? Because it's got like very Zelda-like dungeons with puzzles and stuff, and like I immediately got stuck and didn't care. When I tried it, whenever it released. Long ago. Alright, so... okay, I'm thinking about what my plans were. Plan 1, get to the table as soon as possible. I won't have enough runes to buy what I want from there, but I'm gonna go there anyway. Skirt around the road here where the dogs fall from the sky, so I can get this grace without being interrupted. The dogs only fall from the sky if you actually follow the road. Everyone knows this about dogs. Oh wait, I can... whoop. Add charge. Talk to you, just in case your dialogue is anything important.
This tiny gold, this light, but now you can see them come. The rays of upon the cliff, a demigod. If the rays of then the elden as an ally, I pray thee to face the.
Cool, thanks. It feels a little disrespectful to ignore everyone's dialogue like that. Talk to you, because you actually have.
Only to have their. Did you know? It's quite the. You're heading to entice. Well, that may. I don't have.
There's a lot of NPCs in this game, like Roderica here, that like.
Can you take
They have the tiniest quest line.
Oh, tell them I'm fine again.
Like amount of characterization. She mostly exists to become an important upgrade NPC, I guess. Yeah. Okay. But like now that I think about it, her quest line is basically like, all of my friends came here to get stuck to some weirdo, and I don't wanna, and I feel like a coward for not following the cool trend of being stuck to a guy. And dead. Oops, I became a spirit tuner. What? Cool questline, Roderica. I don't think I ever need to talk to the finger readers. Yeah, that's true. That's probably accurate. Grab this while I'm over here. Eh, 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 no, hey, eh, eh. Parry, too. Something I didn't even realize about this is that there's like a bunch of Ash of Wars that are like, what if parry was better? There's like at least 3 of them. Yeah, the torrent is funny like that. Like, it feels like I should have fallen off that cliff. Probably. Dog corridor. Ooh. And the fastest way to get to the Round Table Hold is to rest at a site of grace in Liurnia. Oh.
Forgive to determine if you had. It seems my worry.
This is kind of funny because it's like
I can take you.
Melina shows up and is like, I was testing you, but it seems that by demonstrating your ability to skip past the first boss, you've earned the right to go to the Round Table Hold after all. Congratulations. Yeah. I guess the objective was to just get past the castle, and she just sort of sighs and is like, well, technically that happened, I guess.
House guest, remember you. There's nothing left.
The other thing about Roderica and her not much characterization is that a lot of her quest just goes away if you go to the Round Table Hold through the Liurnia warp early. Well, warp makes it sound like some sort of speedrun tech. But like, if you go through Stormvale normally,
No matter how your arm.
there is a little bit more to her.
She's crestful.
But if you go to the Round Table Hold by going around the castle, she just ends up here.
No, well, no crap. My big. Besides, despite my sides,
It's odd. Hello, I'm normal.
Greetings, I am Fia, great chap. Perhaps doing so will grind you. Do you think it vulgar? Where I come from?
I'm only doing this to advance your quest line. I still think this is a bit weird and awkward, and I don't like doing it. And also, I don't like my max HP going down. But I might as well do all the quest lines.
You are what you felt, though it is but a come back to me. I will take you in.
Here's my mild Elden Ring take. I don't like the Fia interactions. Seems a bit weird to me, that's all. Use this immediately so it goes away. I don't really need to do her questline, considering I'm probably going to get like the Ronnie ending if I actually get through the game as another character. I do see the game telling me where to go. So the reason I want to be here is Flame Sling, so I have a ranged projectile attack, but I don't have enough runes for it. I somehow pressed the button at the exact instant that I got the pop-up for receiving the gesture. I did a frame-perfect pop-up cancel. Anyway, time to go get the runes for it. Oh, I forgot to get the map, too. Speaking of frame perfect, something that's really funny that I realized about like this enemies like this who have a horn that toot the horn in order to make the entire enemy camp alert. They don't even have to get to the part of the animation where the sound plays. They just have to like begin the horn animation and that counts. Or like reach a few frames into it, maybe at the most. Guard counters with spears also have really good stance damage, I think, by the way. Yep. Everyone can just sense it in the air when it's time to toot the horn. I promise I will cast incantations. It doesn't look like I'm going to, but I will eventually. The internet tells me that Catch Flame is really good, but I don't know about that sometimes. Oh, right. Speaking of stance damage, hammers. Eh. 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 Catch these hands! Okay, I guess it is pretty good. You can use it really rapidly. Being able to poke from behind a shield is occasionally very helpful. Well. I should have known that would happen. Something I think is also a little bit funny about this game, and like every Souls game, is just like when you like kill a whole bunch of enemies in a group and then you get killed by one and they just sort of casually walk away through the bodies of all their friends. They don't really care, I guess. It is a little funny though. All right, now I can learn to make fire go away from me instead of merely right next. Wait, what? What do you mean new items can be purchased from the Twin Maiden Husk? I've never seen this pop up in my life. Huh?
Ah, well then.
What do you mean by that? Is that like, do they have things that they don't sell until the first time you get a map or something? Oh, right, that's Catch Flame. What do you mean? I've literally never had that pop-up inform me of this, but this is the wrong direction. Oh. It's because I forgot to talk to Ronnie and get the spirit bell. I don't know. I skipped Ronnie by accident. I mean, quote unquote, Rinna. I like how her fake disguise name is basically her name with one vowel changed. Or two vowels changed. I didn't realize you could skip Ronnie like that. I don't know what prompts Ronnie to be skipped, for that matter. Yeah, she's sure not here. Weird. Fireball. Yeah. She sure does. Clearly I don't need a spear anymore because I've got a fireball. What could go wrong? Wait, if I put this over here... Aha! If I put my seal in my left hand, I can kick things. Let's see if Fireball is enough to solve this dungeon. Probably not. Also, you don't even need to use the ladder, I've remembered. I don't think I've leveled up a single time yet either, by the way. I can't even equip this if I get it. Oh no! I almost got killed by poison because of being stuck on a skeleton or something. Something like that. Pretty alright damage. Okay, I didn't expect you to run over here this time. I just want the sacred seal at the end of the dungeon. Why are you being so mean to me? I guess I'll come back. Okay, so plan B. Well, plan 2. The next plan. Really the thing that's causing me problem here is that I need runes really badly at the start. And you get runes more easily when you have, you know, better equipment to get them with. I guess. Grab that. Why not? Yeah. Being able to throw a fireball from horseback should help me do some stuff, though. Probably. And also a jellyfish will be here. I need to put all of my flasks into cerulean. I don't even know why I'm going here, truthfully. I just need to make it through here, really. Oh. Ideally, I would have enough money to purchase the astrologer armor set from this merchant. However, I don't. And the specific reason for that is because it's lightweight and has high focus. Okay. These enemies dislike fire. That's a plus for me. Grab the map. And I think what I want now is somewhere along this road. Which is pretty vague. all things considered. Brawn. What's this again? Ah, ruin. I think that there's a something here, but I don't remember what it is. Where's the cellar? It's probably in the northern part. Ah, there's dog. Well, there's this. Oh, right, I'm two-handing my sacred seal. Which is nothing. Might as well grab this grace, I suppose. I don't have any mana. That's fine. What? That was entirely unnecessary as far as detours go. There is this here. One of my main complaints about Elden Ring in general is how difficult it is to open the map when an enemy has seen you in the last like 5 to 10 minutes. As someone with no sense of direction who needs to check a map often, this vexes me on occasion. Reaching for support that isn't there? What do you mean by that? Ooh. Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, what? I had a flask thing. Also, kick doesn't really help me that much. I really should just put this on my right hand. It's easier that way. Alright. I guess I could simply open a map. I could simply use the power of knowledge. It is funny to me how typing makes it look like I'm making the typing noises with my mouth because it is picked up by the microphone. So this is... Yes, I see. What I'm after is... roughly there. Elden Ring feels like a game that, for me, is much improved by using guides and, like, wikis. Simply because it is too easy to miss something on accident. Especially when are relying on having a selection of, say, incantations in order to play the video game in your chosen way. Because, like, when I tried sorcery when the game first out, as I mentioned, I simply could not find any spells. Okay, so I need to go up for this. But wait, there is funny prize here. No, get back here. Wow, Somber Smithing Stone 3. I won't be able to use that for a bit. Okay, the puzzle of geography. I think you need to follow the road northeast and loop around. This is gonna do nothing. Okay, never mind. This is the weak fire monk aligned enemy, so it did something. Right, you can't cast from your other hand. Now this enemy is gonna take like no damage from this probably. Yeah. I guess, like, to be fair to Elden Ring, like, maybe the idea is not that you're supposed to know where everything is, but clearly you're not supposed to know where everything is because of how the game is designed. But maybe they didn't, like, think about how that would make some sort of characters more difficult to play. Like, if you couldn't find any... Basically, if you can't find any ammo for your gun of choice. But, like, metaphorically. If you chose to play the game without taking the gun that has infinite ammo first. By which I mean the sword. I think it's you who needs to be killed. I have the advantage of horse and spell, so like this should theoretically be maybe possible. Just don't try to charge my fire. Ah, you dodge. Sometimes. Usually you just block. It is funny to watch a knight chase you around in a circle for a while. Something else funny about this particular guy is I think this Great Shield was like considered to be one of the best ones in the base game, and it has an atrocious drop rate from an enemy that you don't find many of. I don't know if this guy can drop the shield. Oh no, all of my health. This is silly. Ah. Just bait into doing an attack. I'm over here. I got reasonably close to you. Just kidding, pranked. There it is. And now we can get lightning spear immediately. I don't know if I'll be able to wield it instantly because I probably don't have the faith for it. Hello.
That.
Introducing heresy.
Very well.
I need $6,000.
May the Golden Order.
Well, here we go. Time for early game grinding of money and stuff. But like this and that one seal are like the only real things I wanted to get immediately. So something I've been doing for trying new characters in Elden Ring, now that I've been doing that recently, has been, I've been following just like a guide in general that's just labeled like game progress route. That points out a lot of things to do along the way and like a general order to do them in. And I found that this has in some ways been enjoyable, so I'll be doing that probably. At least this camp is a little bit easier to clear out with spell than it is with not spell. Except for this freaking guy over there. I could also be using my horse here, but... Stealth Fireball! If I do actually, like, keep streaming this playthrough, I may let dialogue and story stuff play out for stuff that wasn't, like, on stream before or that I haven't seen before. Because part of what I did want to actually do is, like, see the stuff that I missed. Especially in the DLC, where I accidentally missed every quest line because I got too close to the funny castle too early. Like, I literally missed everything in the DLC, questline-wise, I think. Plus, like, one major area that I could... I might go and do separately, or I might, like, get there on a different character and do it then. And that area has a boss that makes people mad, so I have to do it to see the boss. Or at least it makes an NPC mad. In some ways, like, I think I'm, like, overall kind of neutral on the fact that it lets you miss most of this stuff. Because, like, it's interesting that you can miss everything, but also it's permanently missable until New Game Plus or a new character, which is bad. Like, there's a whole bunch of equipment I can't get, for example, on that file. And that sucks. How dare you counter my jellyfish? Catch flame. I guess it would be like more profitable to actually go and like properly do dungeons or something. But I want lightning spear and the seal now. Catch Flame does more damage than Fireball, I think. Like, it does more DPS as well, of course. But the downside of it is, you know, melee range. I really do need to put, like, all of my points into... all of my flasks into FP. If I'm going to not use a weapon. It might also be more reasonable for me to, like, level up instead of saving money for right now. Someone suggested somewhere, in some guide or another, that I need to put my fate or my mind at 20 first because spamming Catch Flame will take away all of my FP quickly. I'll keep 2 on red and 4 on blue. Let's go actually do a cave. Why not? So, like, I said the opening of Elden Ring is kind of chill, and that's kind of true, because it doesn't have as many, like, mechanical stuff, but it's also, like, frustratingly slow if you're trying to get your character online in some way. Like, if your character can even acquire what they need this early. I mean, I got Fireball, that's probably all I... Nice jump. That's probably all I really need is, like, Flame Sling right now. Pooped on the snoot. You can do a dash attack with Catch Flame even. I think if I want more runes faster, it's better for me to just play the game as the game wants me instead of to farm stuff. Yeah, there's... like, I feel like this game wants you to respec and try new stuff more than it gives you the materials and resources to do so. Especially, like, in terms of not understanding the process. Part of why I said at one point that Armored Core 6 might be the best FromSoft game is because it just lets you respec for free constantly. Maybe they will incorporate such technology into their next Souls-like. It's funny, if you look up, like, people talking about how they wish there were more respecs online, you will see a lot of people saying that it would upset the balance of the game for them to allow you to respec your character more. And also a lot of people, like, being like, stop being indecisive then. I don't know why people are so eager to defend that. Or, like, logic their way into it being necessary. I suppose that's just how some people are in general. But it's an interesting example. Yeah, like, what balance? I think they were specifically talking about PvP balance. Like, as if it would be unbalanced in, like, a fighting game to switch to a new character. Presumably. They were like, that would unbalance PvP. Presumably they don't want everyone switching to the meta build, but people are going to do that anyway, because you can also just back up your save and have infinite larval tears that way, as I eventually figured out. I'm gonna spend runes on leveling until I have an excess of runes to spend elsewhere. Probably. But I did just realize that the idea of it upsetting PvP balance to allow you to respec your character freely is just saying it's unfair to switch your main in a fighting game or, like, try new characters. you can't switch to Chun-Li. You're Ryu. You only play Ryu. You have to start over to play as Chun-Li. Question mark. There's not really any logic to it, I guess. But it's a funny thought to apply that to another genre. Imagine if you played Mario Kart and you selected Mario and the game said you could never pick any other character. Because you selected Mario. And now you're committed to Mario. You've signed up for the Mario lifestyle for the rest of time. Ow. How is this gonna go with only catch flame and fireball? So you just... I could do the funny thing with this playthrough also and never invest points into Vigor. Someone else did like a 9 Vigor sorcery playthrough of this game in the DLC, so it's possible. You caught the Rattata, you could not ever put it in the PC. That's right. Hello and welcome. That rat is in your party forever. I think this part might be a little bit of a trouble. I guess I am allowed to use other weapons in medium roll. Yeah. The counter for imps is literally the counter. But yeah, like, that's the sort of thing I mean with, like, it feels like they want you to respec more, because there's, like, very specific items that you can build around. Like, as an arbitrary example, Darkmoon Greatsword has fairly specific stat requirements that if you are playing as an intelligence character, you are not exactly likely to have invested enough into strength to wield it as soon as you get it. Granted, you get the Darkmoon Greatsword fairly late. My counter is countered by stairs. And then there's stuff like any given boss weapon is generally fairly specific in requirements, and like you're meant to build around it. And you get those before you even have the ability to respec. So if you wanted to like main a weapon from the first boss, you would have to plan for it in advance. So yeah, it's definitely like a little unclear what they want to do, or what they want the player to do. I'm gonna get hit. I didn't get hit, but the gargoyle did, the imp. Yeah, I mean, that sounds possible. Like, they just expect extra life. Yeah. It's probably for the worse in terms of like game design, but I think it does make the game more fun to like be able to know where anything is. It is a little unfortunate also that Extra Life is like the only option. I think there's something scummy about Fextra Life. I don't know what it is, but uh-oh. That's no good for me. Maybe just something about it feels kind of scummy. Maybe it's because they did coverage of the Harry Potter game. Ow. There was another one! That's how it always is. They made the pillar go back down though, that was kind of funny. This is the part where I decide I don't really care about all of these imps. I'm just gonna ignore them actually. But yeah, if there is actually anything going on with Fextra Life that's more specifically bad, I don't know about it. They've also, yeah, they've got that too, that's for sure. You can go to any given page about Elden Ring. Like any given item or whatever. Like, and it'll be like, this is a great item for builds that use high strength and dexterity if you want to parry. If you like look at a shield or whatever. They probably wouldn't say that about a shield, not exactly. But yeah. Okay, fine. But there's another one in here, for sure. Yep. 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 Whatever. Whatever is in there isn't worth it anyway. I don't have the resources to deal with the game's prank catacombs right now. Every catacomb universally lined with one of two pranks. Prank imps or prank skeletons. These are your options. Let's see, if I type Elden Ring weapons, and then click on a completely arbitrary random weapon somewhere. Backhand Blade is a backhand blade in Elden Ring. It is found in the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. The backhand blade scales primarily with strength and dexterity, and is a good weapon for agile builds that prefer dex, as it has S scaling and dex at max upgrade. They have a thing that's like this on every weapon page. Like that one. I have to find a weapon. I have to look at a weapon that's like bad that nobody likes. They have the same kind of paragraph for all of them. Hand axe is an axe in Elden Ring. The hand axe scales primarily with strength and dexterity and is a good weapon for close combat characters, excelling in successive attacks. It's not a good weapon though, I don't think. Sometimes there are better examples in there somewhere that have like placeholder stuff in them. Like just blatantly. This guy's not going to care about fire. That sounds right, yeah. I've gotten much better at fighting that enemy type, though also Impaling Thrust does wonders on that one. Yeah, I guess the wikis are a very, like, statistical approach to something. And, like, if they're trying to be an information resource, there might not be much of a reason for them to, like, analyze the whys of the game design and just, like, analyze what you can do with the game design, I suppose. Maybe. And, like, to be fair, I have spent way too much time, like, reading and thinking about Elden Ring builds, using them as a primary resource recently. That's true, though, by, like, describing, like, this weapon is good for this. Also, like, their video content tries to, like, tell you what weapons are good or bad, or, like, for what reasons. But it's still a very, like, statistical approach to things, I guess. Though not completely, because a lot of the builds, like, try to have a coherent, like, Fashion Souls element to them. But there are, like, there are a lot of strict rules that they like to follow that I sometimes ignore even.
Oi! You... Could you help?
I promise I'm playing a Fate Incantations build and not a spear character. Maybe.
You? Yeah, you there. Stop pretending you can't see me.
Hello, Bach the Seamster.
You were just... Thank you. I was... Then I ended... Oh, when they... So this is... Or I... Then I... I'm...
This is a quest line I messed up in my main game. I think I, like, knew I was messing it up even. But I forgot exactly what happened. Or something like that. It's funny, actually. Like, they let you go to the round table hold if you skip past the castle.
Well, you made it through that tire, and off you trotted. Oh, before the round table. I fear you've been... I don't blame you.
Okay, Vare actually does have...
Yes. Besides, you are... But then again, I'm always...
different dialogue.
Oh.
Sure.
Then you're
Why not?
the round table with the two. They are the... Challenge Godric Decrepit.
Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say Vari doesn't have anything to say until you actually kill Godric, but that's not true. Yeah, Bach is an interesting character. Not really presented in the same way as... Like, there are things in the game, like, thinking about it, that do make you mimic objects, but there's no way to... There's no other instance of someone else being turned into a tree, I guess. It does have a fairy tale-ish vibe to it. People just don't get turned into trees that often.
Oh. Oh.
Now that I'm thinking about it, there's probably something interesting about, like, how this game, like we were saying, clearly, well, not necessarily clearly, but this game may be designed without you knowing everything in mind. And so, in turn, like, approaching everything in a methodical, previously researched way might be directly against, like, the game's intent or something. Perhaps there's something strange about it. Like me just running directly to locations of places that I know that are to be done around here. Like, that's obviously a way that you can play the game, and it's fine. Can I guard counter with a sacred seal? No. Can't do a funny counter punch for no damage. I don't know, there's just something, like, vaguely interesting, maybe, about the way this game is possibly intended to be played versus ways that it is more practical to play it, or ways that it ends up being played. Or perhaps that's just a bunch of rambling that has no real meaning. I don't know. I feel like these enemies are usually a little bit less jumpy. There we go. And here comes the funny prank where you don't want to leave this cave yet, because there's prizes after the cave. These will be very important soon. Maybe. Also, there's a lot of darkness going on. Ah, whatever. Yeah, that's true. It probably could have done that. I'm glad it didn't, because darkness is already my least favorite thing in video games, just generally. But I can't do anything here yet until I kill a dragon. But Dragon Communion is going to be important. Yeah, they didn't want to make things like, for lack of another word I can think of, like old school difficult in that sort of way, but I don't think they've ever prevented you from locking on in darkness in a Souls game, so it would be unusual for them to do so as well. The only games that they've done where there are conditions where you can't lock on when locking on is a thing are Armored Core ones, when you have certain parts, I think, that lock on in different ways. I could be wrong on that. I assume you can't lock on in general in like Kingsfield and stuff. Right, I needed to talk to Bach again.
Oh. Oh. Wait, you got it.
I keep forgetting Cookie and Cream is a FromSoft game. It probably doesn't have lock on.
I always... You're very... I always want...
I could be wrong though. Now I go over here. I think I should probably try to get Lightning Spear first. Like next. So I need 6,000 runes. Oops. So I want to go in this direction generally, I think. The Ash of War Determination used to boost all damage when in effect, so it worked on spells. This was changed. I feel like if something has 1 HP left, it should just die anyway. Are there any games that do something like that, where if something has an incredibly small margin of hit points remaining, it just dies as a courtesy? Is this a feature anyone has invented? Yeah, opposite guts. Like, not for the player, but for enemies. Just like round up to the enemy's death if they have a 1-digit number of health in a game that has HP totals that are much larger than that. I feel like something has it too. I don't know what it is though. Like, let the player hang on by the skin of their teeth. But not the enemy. It's not like a big problem or anything. It's just like, it feels like it'd be a quality of life. It's sort of lowering the enemy's maximum health, but like, not in the same way, it feels like. It's more like preventing some sort of edge case scenario that is more likely to be frustrating than entertaining. I feel like like, it isn't I don't feel like it's the same. Like, I get what you're saying, but I feel like if they had 2 less health and there wasn't opposite guts in effect, they could still end up with only 2 health remaining. The idea is not to change the amount of health they have, but to prevent a frustrating situation. But it also might not be necessary, like, at all. It's just a thought. Yeah, the presentation, I suppose. Oh, I've been poisoned. There's no way to deal with this right now. Making it impractical to do anything for a while. Shucks. It's probably unwise to attempt to fight a boss while poisoned, so I'm gonna do it anyway, because I think there's a checkpoint. Hello. Okay, catch flame pretty good, actually. You could probably use something like that, yeah. Hello, I'm definitely using that school of spell.
I dare say you'll. Oh well, perhaps, but one must. I was as a revive. You still.
I'm just actually doing your quest for the heck of it, mostly. Sorceress Selen, you don't really make a lot of sense. I don't... Like, there's probably stuff about you that I don't know. But she exists in multiple locations at once. And I don't know why that is. Like, that could be on purpose for lore reasons, or that could just be so that she doesn't stop being a merchant when she's stuck, imprisoned somewhere, I guess. Oh, I didn't know that about Kirby games. That's interesting. I don't think... That's not true of all of them, of course. I don't know which ones that is true of. I got a headband. Hooray for me. I don't think I'll use that. Yeah, alright. So the Arc of Fireball poses some problems on occasion when on horseback. I'm learning about fire. Hey, this doesn't count as being in combat. So there are situations when an enemy is technically aggroed to you that don't count as in combat. Something I didn't really think to... Sure. I just realized something. I forgot the entire point of assaulting a caravan, which is to, like, take what's on the caravan. Not that I need it. Yeah. Like, that makes sense. By the way, the lock-on system and adjusting the system for, like, adjusting what you're locked onto is really finicky still. Yeah, Kezu, definitely not a threat ever. I can't see this ending well, but I do have to make one of you mad to make the caravan stop moving at least. Okay, that's actually a decent amount of damage. I think you'd probably hate lightning more. Whoa, that's a bridge. I'm over here now. Well. I'm surprised I lived from that, frankly. I think I really confused that enemy, because they were in like a ready stance. Circling around nothing. Wait, there's an item here. Oop. I almost ran off the bridge again. I have no idea why this enemy is not aggroing from being hit by fire. Like, I'm pretty sure if you hit something that's pulling a caravan in melee, they get mad at you and start trying to fight you. Also, I guess technically I could sell any of the resources I don't actually need. But it feels incorrect to sell an item you only get one of still. You just not care about fire? Or do I have to be in rain? Yeah. Okay, you have an aggro range that doesn't care about if I... Weird. Alright. I guess it makes sense because you are stuck to this thing. I guess that does make sense. Anyway. Let me check. Elden Ring. Tell me where this specific item is. Right, it's over there. Okay. I'll get to that. I mean, I could just go get to that now. Oh wait, I have enough money to buy lightning.
Ah, well then.
Hello, teach me about heretical things that you learned. Thank
May
you.
the golden orb.
Thanks for the heresy. Perhaps it's a poor decision to remove Catch Flame. But Lightning Spear. That's my argument for using Lightning Spear. Apparently, one thing I learned is that Lightning Spear is a projectile enemies don't try to dodge. There are some projectiles like this. Apparently, Lightning Spear is one of them. This is funny to me. The classic. So it seems to cost more than fire, at least. I should have, like, actually read the cost, probably. There was no reason for me to do that. I don't think that was actually dodging the lightning spear. I think that was an unrelated bit of movement. Oh, that was the horse. Sorry, horse. There's very funny things with enemy, like, interaction with spell stuff sometimes. Like with the sorcery spell, Rock Sling, I think is the name of it. The one that just, like, levitates some rocks out of the ground and then throws them. With that one, enemies will attempt to dodge the casting animation and not the projectiles. So they'll see you start to cast, dodge, and then the rocks will hit them because they're delayed. Every time. They never learn. And then, of course, there's an entire school of sorcery spells that have the bonus of enemies do not try to dodge these, which is also funny. Ah, right. The hidden wizard. Technically speaking, since I do have medium equip load at the moment, I should just be trying to have as much armor as I can without going into heavy, instead of aiming for light. However, whatever, it doesn't matter that much. But I'll do it anyway. Sure. Yeah, lightning spear, pretty good, it would seem. Oh, right, there's a second wizard. The jellyfish must cause extra aggro or something. I've never been clear on this. But enemies seem to hate the jellyfish. Also, these enemies seem very confused in general right now. I don't really know why. Yeah. I'll get a better weapon than a spear eventually. I have plans for this. I got shoes. Yeah. There was a treasure around here somewhere. Oh yeah, this thing. I don't think I've like ever tried to use this. This also has impaling thrust and can be used from behind a shield, so it's probably also pretty good. Or at least decent. Oh, hello. Hello? I am definitely a spellcaster. You can tell from the way that I am dressed. Okay, so now... honestly, probably some endurance wouldn't be bad. Maybe I can manage light. No. I'll leave the helmet off for style points. I wish the game had a hide helmet option. Don't want to do that yet. Because that is actually part of a quest, then you can get help for it. Yeah, there are mods for this that, like, give you a glamour system for it, I think. No, wait, this is not the correct direction. I want to go this way. So I really kind of went in completely the wrong direction. Ow. Wow, the best viewers. It's funny, again, all the bot accounts that are like best viewers on something something dot whatever, which is always a website that has nothing to do with viewers, or like a website link that has nothing to do with viewers, and it's presumably just a scam site. Like, all of these bots are now marked as restricted and nobody can see them except for people with mod view, which is funny to me. I've seen people see those bots and respond, best viewers, I already have the best viewers. Give me the worst viewers. Give me, like, the absolute most terrible viewers on Twitch. Oh, it's nighttime. That's not good for me. I wouldn't want the absolute worst viewers on Twitch, but it is a funny bit. I already have some of the best viewers. Hello, Knights Cavalry. Okay, you're gonna be difficult to hit with lightning. Hey, where's the music? There it is. Okay, you don't like the lightning when it hits you. You are not a fan of it. Alright, maybe nighttime won't be the worst. I just need to time this better. Angle it better. Yeah? Alright, fine. It's very inconsistent whether or not you get hit or your horse is the only thing that gets hit. I guess that could be the case. But also, like, they don't seem to have that concern with some projectiles, from what I remember. Right, I'm trying to go this way. Something about the guides I've been following is that they assume that you can easily defeat all instances of Knights Cavalry and Deathbirds the first time you see them. And I'm really bad at fighting those things. Like, you can tell that this guide isn't just, like, merely pointing them out, because there are instances where the guide is like, you could fight an enemy here, but it will be very dangerous for you at this point in the game. It never says that about the Deathbirds or the Knight Cavalry, like the Knight mini-bosses. It always just simply points out that they are there. So it feels like I'm expected to be able to fight those successfully. And like, I almost kind of did, but I also got one shot when I made one error. So it is unclear exactly who this guide is written for. In some ways. Step one here is to collect the map. Remember when I was playing the DLC and like it took me a very long time to find the map fragment for an area and that was terrible for me? That surely was the thing that happened. Also, honestly, what I should do at this point is arcane. And we will eventually get to the reason why that is. How does a bear feel about lightning? Let's not find out, actually. That would just get me murdered, probably. But also, I'm so curious. Well, this is a regular bear. That's fine. Ow. Okay, the bear dislikes lightning. Map fragment. Well, okay. There was another step I should have done there, but we'll get back to it. Mostly, I want to go this way first. There should be a teardrop scarab around here somewhere, or whatever those are called. Yes. Sacred Blade. There. Step 1 of getting a better weapon this year. Step 2 is like... Actually, I don't know where Kenneth Haight is. I don't remember. I can get this though. That's good. Tell me where this idiot is. Guy who sucks. Okay, yeah. I just somehow missed him. He's right there. This guy gives a knife that scales with faith that I'm gonna put the Sacred Blade on. And then I'll have a lightweight melee option knife. Of course, since I'm going to be pivoting to arcane, more or less, it might not actually be that helpful.
Might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Haight, servant to the True Order. Well, then, no. Despite a you might have untarnished. I want you tonight. What? My fort? Oh, I threaten a celebrate. I that depraved. Honestly, God first. Then he and to think. Yeah.
I remember I kicked this guy off a cliff in at least one file when the game was new. He's another example of an NPC that doesn't really have that much going on. But he sure is there. He's a guy who exists. Yeah, I think so. Sounds reasonable. I also want to go here. I need to hear a wolf go a woo. I heard the wolf. Ooh. Did he? That would kind of make sense. Can I do something stupid here? Sort of. You like fire less. Huh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, wherever your weak point is, I can't hit it from here. This bear is so mad. I'd be mad too, in this situation. To be fair. I don't remember what this is. Spear Talisman or something? Axe Talisman. It was one of the two. Somehow I didn't have this on my melee character. But it's a very good melee talisman. Situationally. The Axe Talisman is the one where if you it powers up fully charged strong attacks. It is frequently recommended on many a build. I don't remember if you have anything I want.
Well valued, please. I'm hungry.
Not really. I wonder if the crafting system in this game is super useful if you actually engage with it, because I've like almost never been compelled to engage in the crafting system except for when it's necessary, like in the DLC when you need to make the fire pots. Like, I simply do not care about the crafting. But maybe it's secretly really useful. It could also just be there entirely because it's an open world game and they needed to put stuff in the world. That would be like a perhaps a slightly cynical interpretation of why it exists. I guess that's fair. Do you hate lightning or fire more? You hate lightning more. For sure. It's very funny to like play as a spellcasting character and be able to like effortlessly take down these enemy types that I was nervous about in melee. Which is, I think, part of why I ended up... I feel like maybe I should have been spellcasting earlier in this game. Though, as I said, my attempts to do so were held back by not finding any dang spells. Oh, interesting. I didn't know the overhaul mod did a lot with crafting, though I guess it would have, would have had to, in some sense, because I did know that there was a perfumer class in it prior to the perfume bottles existing. Like, the weapon type, I mean. Because there are perfume items. Well, there goes the jellyfish. Rats and wolves, forever consistently the most dangerous thing in From Software in many situations. The only way I usually interact with the crafting system is feeling compelled to purchase the cookbooks. Lightning Spear has good range, huh? Okay, so they can dodge Lightning Spear. I've been lied to, though they seem a little bit less inclined to do so. Also, maybe I'm actually okay with having medium roll instead of light roll, at least for now. Light roll might be a late game thing, like when you have more health, or a later game thing at the very least. Okay, now we go back over here. Wait, did I actually... No, I didn't pick up the basic wet blade. I'll have to go do that. Oops. Elden Ring also loves to do funny prank where they lock some of the basic game mechanics behind items that you could easily miss, even if they are at the start of the game.
Ah, did you manage? Oh, excellent. Well done. I knew it now. Go ahead.
Thank you for the knife.
Right then, I've much. What's that look? Well, and even the which is why just you. Ah, would you like? I see bright. Enter, and who knows? What say you?
No.
Excuse me. Such foolishness. Well, such a miracle. Should you change?
You don't have to do this at any point, so I don't. Back over here. I don't have the dex for this. I pranked myself. No, it's fine. I have enough now. No, I don't. I need one more. Well, that's fine. Possible I might find myself missing the spear. There it is. Can I put the blade on this? Can I put Sacred Blade on the spear for now? I can. Neat. Right, parry. And on the topic of that, I should go over here. I have to buy the most important Ash of War in the game. Oh, right, yep, right. There's a golden seed here because Roderica left. Normally she gives it to you if you do her actual quest line, but if you skip it, it just appears there. Which is oddly considerate of the game. Really. Okay, I definitely like Lightning Spear. Is something I've learned from this experience. Whoop. Hello.
Not seen names, but let me ask, are you here? Does your face, despite honest, such thoughts, what there's not any interest. All I know now's that
The most important Ash of War in the game, no skill.
there's a myriad memento find. That's how it grants. Well,
Actually, I can do a funny bit. Maybe.
oh, no.
No, I'm trying to read
Well.
this. Hold on, I'm gonna do a funny bit. Because he has the Ash of War, no skill, you see. So I'll put no skill ahead on the ground. Someone will think this is funny, probably. Alright, just for fun, you want to see... I mentioned earlier that this guy doesn't believe that Knights Cavalry or anything are dangerous and should be just taken out with no problem. The one boss that it points out that you aren't supposed to fight yet, which is very confusing to spawn. I don't understand how to make this thing appear reliably. It's supposed to be here at night instead of Bernal, but it doesn't really want to appear half the time. I don't know why. Do I have to talk to you again?
Here to learn a battle. Well,
there's something that appears here instead that the guide specifically calls out as maybe don't fight this. There you are. So let's see how this goes just for fun. This cool sword could be yours. Eventually. Wait, I didn't actually... Well, I didn't actually assign those single crystal tier I have to my flask of physics, so it did literally nothing. It would have been okay if that defaulted to being equipped, or I remembered that it didn't. That seems about as doable as a Knight's Cavalry, honestly. Anyway, it's time to try and get the dang thing from here again. I'm gonna do it. Maybe the armor and the lightning will help. And the shield. Or maybe being medium weight instead of light weight will get me killed somehow. Who can say? Or the pot there. Dang it, the chariot. Oh. That arrow went over me because of the ducking part of the lightning spear. That's a fun side effect of this spell. I never expect that one to rush over. I thought they were projectile one. Also, I forgot to assign no skill to my shield, so I saw parry and my brain fumbled. I was gonna do the thing. Wait, I don't have Impaling Thrust because I put Sacred Blade on it. Still. Wait. Oh, okay, that one got taken out that time, I think. Presumably. I don't think being in light armor actually makes you run faster. Probably. It makes you roll farther. Okay. Those got taken out. And I'm now prepared to lightning. Hey, there we go. Dragon Communion Seal. Okay, it has worse incantation scaling right now, but it will improve. Also, it weighs nothing. Also, it glows red, which is cool and not evil. I'm assuming this upgrades with Somber Stones. I should probably double check that. It does. So where can I easily get Somber Stones? Okay. Power of Dragons, that's correct. This will be relevant eventually. Next stop. Here. I'm not exactly following this guide that I have. I'm sort of making my own route, I suppose. Wow, cheap viewers too. I like how the two genres of viewer that the bots advertise are best viewers and cheap viewers. Never any other types of viewers. Is this safe? No. Okay, they probably advertise more viewers or something on occasion. Or get more viewers. But I guess it makes sense to advertise for both quality and quantity. Yeah, exactly. I still wonder how many people actually click on those. I'm sure somebody has. Wait. Why is my... I forgot that my runes would be up. Instead of, you know, where I died. That's probably true. Yeah, that probably is accurate. I just wanted to see how much damage I did to those. I was curious. This is one of the tunnels where the funny prank is that it doesn't... There's no reason to follow the elevator, or use the elevator, actually. At least not the elevator at the start. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, I'm alive. There's no reason to use the elevator, I say, tripping and falling down the elevator shaft immediately afterwards. I mean, I did survive, so that technically does demonstrate that there was no reason to use the elevator. Louis says bark. Shoutouts to corgis. Precisely. So hey, I mentioned earlier that the worst boss in Dark Souls 3 is Dark Eater Midir. What do you think my least favorite boss in Dark Souls 2 is? And also, if there are people who know, what are some other least favorite bosses of other people watching? Out of curiosity. Is this one I'm supposed to actually... No, I can go without this elevator as well. There's no reason to not use this one, actually. Okay. I have no idea what I think the worst... Actually, the worst boss in Elden Ring is probably the new Radon fight in the DLC. In Dark Souls 3, I dislike Dark Eater Midir simply because From Software Dragon Boss Fight.txt. Very large arena, very big boss that's difficult to hit in the right spot that moves around everywhere and doesn't let you fight them. In Dark Souls 2, my least favorite boss is the Royal Rat Authority because what if rats in From Software were worse? Actually. Granted, 2 is a game where I did a lot of the fights with, like, summoned help. So, wait, actually... Frida is a heck of a fight, either way. Like, there's a lot going on in that one. There was supposed to be a specific place where I dropped on the way down here, huh? Maybe? It's easy for me to forget how this tunnel works. Yeah, there it is. There's at least one somber stone in here somewhere. As well. I forgot you did that. Cool timing exactly with when I tried to do anything. I think my opinions on Dark Souls 1 through 3 boss fights might shift if I try to do them without summoning a cooperator. Because I think in those games I always summoned help. So that'd be interesting. There's the Somber Stone. This might not go super well considering I don't have any healing. It's probably... It might be okay, though. It's fine. It's almost fine. There we go. I don't have any medallions I actually want yet, I guess. All right, now we can equip the knife, probably. Because I'll be able to upgrade Dex, and I can also upgrade... I can also start upgrading Arcane. I believe the soft cap... I forgot to talk to you and Hugh. Oh wait,
I don't believe if I do. I suppose I should try. I'll ask Master. Certainly, I know I can tell.
Right, I forgot to do that.
Well, I took you no matter how you're up. The girl. Are you out of food? Sir, I refuse. I don't.
Right, so the soft caps apparently on this seal for Faith and Arcane are 3540. So as far as defensive stats go, that's where I should focus with these. And then red steel dagger. Red steel dagger. Seal. Now I might be able to get away with lightweight. There we go. This is a longer knife than I thought it was, and also the sheath is not curved in the same way as the blade. Maybe it is. It looks like it's a different shape, actually. I guess it's got an ornamental bit at the end there. That's probably reasonable, but it is a little bit... It bothers me a little bit for some reason. Anyway, I'll upgrade this knife. So, like, I could put Sacred on this knife, but it might also be a good idea to put Bleed on this knife. I have these two options. If it scales with Faith and Arcane, and that's what I'm going to be doing, the answer is probably Blood. Actually. So, let's see. This I'll keep marked because there is another way to go there with something else. Right, I need to go talk about how there's dog. There's a dog man going to woo. I don't know why the player would think to ask Kale about the howling in the Mistwood.
The howl of, I suppose. Next time you don't try, just have it.
Maybe it's in one of the notes. I don't know. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. I guess that's closer to Fort Haight. Something I learned, if you do the, if you do an input for, like, holding your right-hand armament with two hands while on horseback, it'll just swap your weapons. Can you imagine if he, like, hit the ground and died from fall damage when you did that?
Who goes there? Carly sent you, did he? The name's Bloody fled somewhere. Come tell me if I can offer you. Darrowell is in need of a
And that's over here. If Blythe died of fall damage from making that jump, that'd be really funny to me. Or at least took fall damage. Maybe he's wearing the cat ring. By the way, that reminds me suddenly, in the Demon Souls remake, they changed the icon for the cat ring buff to be like a standardized buff icon that fit the style of the game instead of being a photo of a cat that someone in the office owned, and that's criminal. And that's why the original Demon Souls is better, I say as someone who's played neither of them. Due to not having access to any platform that features Demon Souls. Also, I don't know if I would want to play it. I remember struggling a lot with this boss, so it's very funny that you can just summon a cooperator, actually. Okay, things definitely dodge lightning spear. Right, bloody slash damages me because I make my own blood for this.
Hard to work for. Don't say I'm not.
Thank you for the upgrade to my cool seal.
Oh, yes. If you venture, tell him I think he'll be sure I owe you honor. That's enough chit chat. It's time we part.
There are some weapons that use what I guess I could consider store-bought blood. Like the Reduvia knife. Shoots blood, but not yours, because it doesn't cost your health.
Well, I took you no matter. It's all lay out your own.
Time to upgrade my fashion. I forgot I marked the carrion study hall. Were you over here? Time to upgrade my fashion and get points of focus, which is important for me.
No matter, no matter. Why don't? Oh, don't.
I like the way the astrologer robe looks. It's also funny because I'm using every casting stat except for the one it's designed for.
Ah, not every.
Am I allowed to equip these? Yes. Neat. Iona continues to look normal and be very normal. She doesn't have a subtitle yet. I couldn't think of one. I like the way she looks. Character creation in this game's alright. So, let's see, what do I do at this point? At this point, I probably just follow what the guide actually suggests I should be doing. It wants me to kill the Knight's Cavalry that I died to. So, like, why not, I guess? Horse marker. I wonder if the horse marker on the map is specifically for Knight's Cavalry. And such things. Because, like, why else would you put a horse on your map, after all? I suppose. Wait, how does this... Okay, this still actually has less scaling than the finger seal at the moment. But that'll change, eventually. Actually, like, realistically, what I should be doing is trying to kill the dragon, but I don't know how practical that is at this exact moment. That's not a knife. I wonder how I do fighting this enemy on foot instead. Also, I'll get to the reason why I wanted more focus eventually. Seems to do alright in the bleed department. Which is, I guess, where you would get the store-bought blood. If you wanted to buy any. Oh. That does a big amount. Oh, that has a lot of range, too. Not that much range. I should try not to. I should not try to charge that, probably. Uh-oh. Knight's Cavalry caused me way too much trouble. I always forget they do that. Okay, you could get stuck in the bridge for a second, I guess. Your hitboxes confuse me, sir. Actually, it's really funny that they give you a stake of America for a fight that you have to go change the time in order to try again. I disagree with the design of Knights Cavalry and Deathbirds in general. Not only are they like annoying to fight, but dying changes the time of day, so you have to go like past the time. They have an arbitrary extra step in order to be challenged again. Like, the idea of bosses that only appear at night is fine. But the fact that the time of day changes when you get killed doesn't go well with the idea, I guess. Oh. It's probably better to try and fight you on horseback. It's probably what's intended. That only hit your horse. Yeah. In a way, it does feel like that. But they give you rewards, so you are supposed to fight them for sure. Seems like fighting them boils down to like waiting for an opening, and then as soon as you move, they read your input and hit you. Of course, that describes a lot of the bosses in Elden Ring and enemies. This game is confirmed to do input reading, even, I think. Maybe I'll try fire? Maybe fire is more likely to actually hit you. Sigh. Like, this was actually really easy as a intelligence character. I die. No, my horse died. I don't have enough mana for this. I mean, FP. Sure. I really dislike this enemy type in general. One of my character ideas recently was like, what if I got the Frost Spear Ash of War really early, which is fighting a different Knights Cavalry? And I spent like literally hours trying to do that fight. I don't know what it is about Knights Cavalry that kills me so badly. Also, I wish it were easier. A bug is mad at me, so I cannot view the map right now. I wish it were easier to like locate sites of grace, because I have a lot of trouble finding them. There's one around here somewhere, gestures vaguely at everything, but like I know there is a Gil Lake South site of grace that is, I think it's like over here actually. No, it is that one. I already have it. It feels really difficult to find them. And there's a lot of them. And you like need to find them. How much does a crab hate lightning? A lot. Right, lightning has a trait of if you hit something on the water, it does an AoE bonus. I forgot. No, I don't care about the button. Well, anyway. I feel as though it's unlikely that the jellyfish will be much help in this scenario. But I've neglected to do other things that will give me more options. Okay, fine. It seems to be a lot easier to aim intelligence-based spells than faith ones so far. Well, I mean, you can aim anything when you're that close. Also, faith doesn't have sorceries, it has incantations. It's different. I don't agree with the range of that. Does even the dragon read inputs, I wonder? Because it keeps taking off the instant I press throw lightning, which is just enough time to dodge it. Oh, thanks for giving me my flasks back by killing something over there and then despawning. Sure, man. Cool. Cool dragon. Again. Every time. I also feel like everything I do costs more than intelligence. I don't know what Agil is doing today. Bug! This might not work out. I don't want to throw because you'll take off as soon as I do. Okay, you didn't. There we go. Okay. Continuously exiting the combat zone somehow. Of course. I got afraid of the fire. It seems so easy to miss incantations. This isn't close enough, probably. No, it is. I'm almost out of MP, though, so... Maybe you bleed? You do. You do in fact bleed. I became stupid at the end. Elden Ring. My current impression is that I think intelligence casting is better. But also I'm at the start of the game. And it's easy for this game to make me frustrated, so... Oh, I didn't even let me start at the Stake of Marika, I'm realizing. Even though there's one there specifically for that fight, I guess I was somehow far enough away that I didn't count. Come on, man. Just let me hit you. Maybe I just aim for the main torso. harder to miss. Dang it. I guess what frustrates me more about stuff like this is that I'm just trying to unlock my character, basically, at this time, and not trying to like meet the challenge of the game with what I'm trying to play the game like, if that makes sense. I'm trying to do stuff to unlock the way I want to play the game, and it's causing trouble for me. I don't agree. I don't agree. I don't even know what happened there. At least the dragon got poisoned by the jellyfish. Took off immediately as soon as I cast again. Turned around to dodge immediately. I die from this. I think like this is sort of part of why one of my original ideas for this was like to stream a New Game Plus run. So I would like have what I was trying to have. I could still try that. But also I don't really know what I would do in a New Game Plus run, because like I wouldn't need to go get things as much. Does that have things? I don't know. Like, you could argue that most of the point of this game is to get what you want out of it. Like, get the items and equipment you want. Even though I'm sitting here saying, I can't play the game because it's not letting me get the things that I want right away. Shrug? I don't really know what I'm saying exactly, to be honest. Maybe it's just like the coolest part of this game to me is trying out builds. But you have to fight the game to like let you do that. Do I die from this? No? What? I died from that, apparently. What? Oh, and I wasn't close to the stake this time. I just don't understand the hitboxes of Dragonfire. They're wildly inconsistent. This dragon was really easy for a sorcerer. But I guess I didn't like go after the dragon as soon as possible, and I did other stuff first. I think. That crab is probably still mad at me. No. You know what? Let's just go do something else. No, a plant spewed poison at me, so I can't look at the map now. I was trying to mark the dragon as not killed. Of course, going over here, I'll have to fight an NPC invader, who may also kill me. Okay, so the bit about things not dodging lightning spear was just a lie. Like, entirely.
The bloody finger. The end is nigh.
No.
And your cessblood.
Well, maybe they don't dodge it if I don't charge it. Or if they're preoccupied, at least. Or maybe not.
You stay the path, just remember, don't let your emotion. One, stay clear, and it's as fear. So, stay clear. Perhaps we will meet again.
Yura is there to tell you not to fight the dragon. I wonder if he says anything different if you've already killed it. Also, it's kind of funny how he, like, is summoned to fight Nigerius, and then he's, like, right there in the same world as you 2 seconds later. Because catacombs. Alright, it's... Stop targeting... Okay, fine. Oh. I'm already out of Crimson Tears because I only have 2. Dang it. Yeah, my current first impression of Faith Caster is that intelligence is just better, at least early game. It may also be that I've gotten a poor random dice roll of what my mood today is like. And I can't deal with Elden Ring. It seems that everything I do is dodged by every enemy, though. Which makes me inclined to think that it's bad. Okay, you don't dodge that. But also the range on that isn't enough. Also, everything Faith does seems slower. So far. I should have spent my runes. Am I allowed to just run through? Yes. At least sort of. Is this the one that sucks really bad? No. Well, yes, kind of, at the moment. There's Ingval. Was wondering where he was. Forgot which place he was from. I'm starting to wonder if, like, I wonder, should I stream, like, the part of the Elden Ring DLC that I skipped over? Should I consider streaming a New Game Plus? I'd probably be less frustrated by that. Probably. I could stream Sorcerer. I could just stream random Elden Ring whenever I felt like it instead of, like... I don't know. Wait, I replaced my horse. By mistake. Also, streaming this game in particular seems to make my room on fire because I like shut the door, and this game heats my computer more than anything else ever has. But like when the door is open, it's fine. Maybe I just don't stream Elden Ring. I don't know. This doesn't have to be part of anything. Maybe I'm just depressed today. Shrug. Let's go delete patches. Or at least partially delete patches. I always forget where these are. Poison. Potion sure lasts for a while, huh?
Well. Thought you'd just help yourself to a man's personal belongings, huh? You scheming little thief. The gods demand repentance. Cough up your coin. All of it. Wait, please. I surrender. White flag and all. Well, finally come round, have you? I knew you would. You're a lady of reason.
Oh, my attack is down or something?
Well, what do you... Now, how did I get that? I took you for an innocent, water... A true... I'm tarnished, like, only for now. In exchange for... But honestly, frankly, so don't be... I'll be ready to... Don't forget to... I'll be ready to...
This is faster than returning to him normally.
Well, nice all a bit and welcome. You won't need a... Yeah, now they're all... I mean, but it hardly... They're all foots worked. Well, just something, but then again... And besides... Cheers for that.
Oh no, I have been pranked. Skip. To be fair, this is a pretty funny prank. but also like not actually threatening. Really?
The woods. Teleport to the woods. It's woods time for you.
I've heard it's Wood's time for you before, but I don't think I remember the origin of it. I didn't get the... Wait, no, I did. It's right there. I was going to be like, I didn't get the teleport to the cave, but I did. It's right there. It is kind of weird to have the DLC loading screens, yeah.
Oh, you had me. Well, maybe it's a sign, but I'll forgive at any rate. Oh, don't miss. Cheers for that.
Gotta get that emote or whatever. I guess like the direction that the game actually, or the guide actually wants me to go in is over this way. So. That being said, I'm gonna do this for a second. I won't do a this or that for today. I'll just be right back. I should make sure to be sitting at the site of grace so I don't get destroyed by, I don't know, whatever. Hello. Something else I should probably just do more in general is take breaks and step away from whatever I'm doing, honestly. For a number of reasons. Probably need to like stretch and so on too. I'll play for a bit more. It might be that, like, for me, perhaps, Elden Ring is a game better enjoyed as something to be doing casually while, like, watching other streams in the background or something, and not something to be streamed. Perhaps. And perhaps there's a From Software dog that is relentlessly preventing me from doing anything. Wait, I have a knife. I kind of do want to do like that bit of the DLC that I missed on stream though, just for like completion's sake, I guess. Even though like there's a lot of other DLC things that I'm missing. And like maybe a New Game Plus run would go better because I would have what I wanted already. And it'd be more about like seeing and doing everything instead of trying to get to a point where I can play the game the way I want to, you know? So yeah. Let me let's see. I might mess more with this at some later point. I'm going to change the stream title to something more vague there. And I'm gonna do some other things instead of this character, I think. Because like it seems like early game faith casting has a lot of problems at the moment, is what I'm learning. Or a lot of things that I don't love. So I'm gonna switch to my sorcerer character just to like show the differences in how that works. Also, I have a dumb hat. Sorcerers are required to wear silly hats in this game. So in this character, I'm a bit further along. The last major progression thing I did, I think, was the Academy. So what stuff should I be doing over here? I mean, I probably did a whole bunch of this stuff already. By mistake. Yeah, I definitely did something. I didn't do anything on the east side. Well, okay, I did a little bit. But yeah, probably like DLC cleanup and then maybe New Game Plus a little bit is better for streaming than this. Look, I have a really cheap AoE option. Incredible. Also, my sword heals me. I made this like my sidearm for my sorcerer character because it heals me. Going over here is probably something. I don't know. I've lost track a little bit of what I was doing on this character. There's a spirit spring somewhere that lets me stop the frenzy tower that exists in this general direction. I don't know if that's over here or not. I don't remember. There is a bear, though. I should fear the bear more than I do. Right, the bears are baloney nonsense. Sigh. Elden Ring. You know what? Maybe not. Maybe I just show what I ended up doing with my other character instead. Not doing the DLC right now. But I did completely change this character into a different person and eventually settled on perfume build. So, hooray. It's nice having a complete map. I think this carries over into New Game Plus, having the map available. But yeah, after much debate and trying things around, yeah. Like, the mildly ornate part is like an apron. This is very, like, chemist sort of fashion. But yeah, I have 2 perfume. I have a seal, which I'm only using to use buffs at the moment, but I could add other faith buttons eventually. Well, I was going for, like, chemist apron, not, like, fast food apron. But yeah, like, fire bonus, perfume bonus, which this was a talisman that was in the base game, and does, in fact, apply to the perfume weapons. And I have this Great Shield Talisman and this shard that increases my skills power. Do I have the Axe Talisman on this character? I don't think I do, for some reason. I might have to go grab that. But yeah, like, I used perfumes a little bit on stream before, but I think they have a really interesting moveset. Like, I was considering a whole lot of different things for this character, but like, charged attack, rather. You can do a backstep charge. You have your light attack combo, your light jump, strong jump, roll, backstep, and also the skill Rolling Sparks. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good skill. This is the only spell I need. So, Rolling Sparks was not something I picked up, nor was the fire perfume. I had the lightning perfume, which is CC Dex Faith. The fire perfume is entirely Dex based. So I have 81 dexterity. And Rolling Spark is one of the 2 perfume bottle arts. I did not pick it up on the main playthrough. But the funniest part about Rolling Spark is that there was a bug that made it even more powerful that they fixed and made everyone immediately cry, oh, it's useless now. It's not useless. It's far from useless, it turns out. But I think, like, lightning perfume bottle could accidentally hit twice when it wasn't supposed to. Yeah, the dash attack is really good. But yeah, like, among all of the builds I was considering, I realized you could back up your save, so I backed up my save with one larval tier left and tried a whole bunch of other weapons and stuff that I had. And I had the most fun with the perfume build. So I think this would be an interesting thing to go through New Game Plus with. It might be worth changing. Like, this boosts the power of my skill by a lot, which is part of why it does a lot of damage. Though I could also go get the Axe Talisman and boost this attack, which also does a lot of damage, like already. I could even boost my jump attack, I guess. But yeah, like, the perfume moveset is really cool, I think. I went and beat some bosses that I had missed with it. Like, I beat Placidusax. Took some tries, but I did a dumb video of it, where I put the Daytona Rolling Start music over Rolling Spark spam. Because it's a similar word, you see. That's like a joke. Maybe. It might be a joke. I think probably it makes sense at the moment to be using the skill talisman thing. That video is great, I'm glad. But yeah, I think playing through the game with perfume would probably be interesting. The enemies don't necessarily know how to respond to the lingering hitboxes, so it makes interacting with the game more fun because things don't like dodge all of your stuff, I guess. This is sort of like playing as a wizard without playing as a wizard too. I feel like it just adds a fun element to everything for sure. So I think I would be using this build to do the part of the DLC that I missed. Because I don't have any other option. I don't have any more larval tiers. There's probably some that I didn't use somewhere. But yeah, I think it's a really fun moveset. I can imagine this being difficult in some instances, though, probably. Like, I don't know. That Radon boss fight. So. Yep. Oh, hey. Also, no backstabs or criticals is one other thing. Which is not like a major deal, probably. But it is worth noting. Where's the safe place to drop down here again? It might be safe there. Yeah, for sure. Well, that enemy knows I'm here, apparently. And they're not too happy about it. Can I just drop down here? Is that fine? It is, to some extent. Ugh. So, it's still Elden Ring. There's still enemies that are just impossibly relentless at all times. Pretty much, yeah. Enemies like that, you kind of have to, like, initiate. Like, you're not allowed to defend, you have to be on offense, I guess. So I'm not really sure what to do about a lot of things in this game. Still, no matter what build I do. Unless I do Great Shield again. Clearly that's the answer. This is not the correct way to go down there. Trying to remember the other ways to get there. Probably this is fine. This goes up, doesn't it? No. Absolutely not. Well, bye. I could have just looked up. Where does this even go? Probably not. Yeah, this is like way further down than I want, actually. Oh, I picked these up at some point, apparently. I think I can do this. Maybe this is something. I think that's... Well, this is safe. Well, I've been seen. There we go. also upgraded a Perfumer Ash specifically for thematic reasons, but I'm summoning a Mimic here anyway. They give you a summon here because these enemies suck and are bad to fight. Also, the summon spamming rolling sparks also with Mimic tier is very funny. Oh, those drop sacrificial twigs, huh? By the way, I'm level 187 apparently. I think, well, Journey 2 builds on that website are usually listed as like 150 to 200, but that was before the DLC existed also. So, okay, it's really funny that the Mimic tier opts to immediately start spamming rolling sparks. I wonder if there's some piece of the AI that like sees that I have the bonus to that or something. I wonder why that is decided that way. It could just be that they know what's up. Yeah, that's true. In any case, I guess this might be a, I don't know what else to do on this character, and except for when I specifically set out to, like, go and do the DLC and New Game Plus stuff. But I want to check something. This is an alternate fashion option, I suppose, sort of. Or I could simply not have a helmet. That's what Rosa looks like under the mask. She's a pretty regular person. I think the hood works, though. Matches the color scheme. Oh, right. I could use Great Runes. That's like a feature of this game. I did go and activate all of these too. I want to know how Melania's Great Rune interacts with the perfume, actually. Hold on. These two are important. I also have this for some reason. There's another Perfumer Ash that I never actually got on this character I could go get. There's probably other spells I could use. Oh yeah, I have backup claw weapon, and Serpent Hunter is still here. I can still maintain light load. I guess this breaks the theme of the character a little bit, but... By the way, Claws of Night, also pretty good. Also, this skill, Scattershot Throw, this is how you make throwing knives work. Because this is an Ash of War you can acquire and put onto those. The Claws of Night are another throwing weapon of sorts. And honestly, another fun thing to build around. So, I guess basically with the way my character is at the moment, my options are dexterity based. While I'm streaming, I might as well show some other weapons I tried. What if I was the relentless enemy? But yeah, obviously this doesn't really go with the character theme particularly well. This also has the backstep attached to a throw. I do think the perfume moveset is really cool, but there are a lot of cool weapons. I wish I could use them more readily. Like, let's see. I can show the knives, because I did set them to keen, apparently. Sword of Darkness. It sucks, actually. Not that one. That's not a good one. Do I have enough intelligence for this? Maybe I do. It looked like I did. Like, I only tried that one very briefly against the final boss or whatever. Box is pretty neat. What else was I trying? I don't have enough arcane for the lamina, but I was trying that a bit. It's also pretty neat. I can show it, even though it won't do any damage. I was trying hand-to-hand stuff. The claws, we already know are really good, but it would probably be fun to do a playthrough with those too. Apparently I put enough points into intelligence. I forget why I did that. But yeah, like, this I barely even used. But it's pretty neat. I like tried this in desperation at Radon, and that was it. So this would have been another interesting thing, perhaps. Then there's these, which are from the Horn set. It's paired curved swords. And their special thing is this. Just go... Just clobber them to death. This weapon seems very strong. Like, it's a bleed weapon, so, like, yeah, it is. Probably. Like, they're dead before the point of the attack even happens. So that weapon's kind of ridiculous. Kicking. It's all right. Less damage per hit, of course. A lot of stance damage, though, by the sound of things. One of my ideas for the kick was to, there is a talisman that boosts kicking and stomping. And, well, I was gonna put, Divine Beast Frost Stomp on the footwork and be a kicking and stomping character. That was one idea. And I can't show this with actual effectiveness. Probably? Maybe. No. But it's also got like an interesting moveset just in general with its special. Oh, also there's one-handed perfume options, I guess. And then there are a bunch of other weapons I can't show because I am Dex right now. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting weapons that are like DLC specific, and it's kind of a shame. Those would also be great to like have access to right away. Oh, I didn't show the daggers. Maybe I don't use the, maybe I don't have the claws around. I can always pick them out if I need to. But yeah, there is a talisman for this specifically as well. Which no, I do have that. And they did increase the range of these. So they can actually, like, hit stuff. Not from that far away, though. But anyway, you're allowed to get scattershot throw on these. And like, they're still not incredible, but that definitely helps them a lot. And they can backstab, so there is that. It does a lot of damage if all the shots hit. So on large targets that are susceptible to bleed, bleed Smith Script Dagger with Scattershot Throw would probably just delete them. But yeah, the range and damage of these can be improved to the point where they're actually, like, usable. And they do decent stance damage against, like, blocking enemies, it seems. Sometimes. But, like, you can achieve the same results easier with other weapons, too, so... Oh boy, a message was appraised. Is there even a way to see, like, what message it is? Very old messages about how it's too high up. Still being appraised to this day. So yeah, I guess I don't really have much else to do on this stream. I can get one level up. That was just sort of a stream that I hoped was going to go better, but it turns out that early game on that character type is not fun for me. But at least I was able to, like, show some other ideas and stuff for the other character. I think it might be worth doing the DLC and maybe considering a new game plus with this weapon type over here. Perhaps that would be interesting or entertaining to some. Faith point, please. I'm leveling up faith slowly so that eventually the lightning perfume bottle will be more equivalent to the fire one. I'll be interested to see how this does against Bale, which is apparently the DLC boss that caused some people some problems, I think. And that is... this whole part over here is what I didn't do. I forget how to get there, but I can look it up at some point. So yeah, I guess that's probably the stream for now. Weird stream, but that's fine. So yeah. Thank you for watching. And the next stream will probably be the last role quest of Dawn Trail. And then maybe, I don't know what else after that. More Etrian Odyssey at some... well, obviously. Thank you for petting Calico. I might not be that interested in continuing Phantasy Star Portable 2 Infinity, because, like, my brain got taken over by Etrian Odyssey, as I mentioned, so it'll probably be a lot of that in the future. But in any case, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. I hope you have a good rest of your day and or night. Good night, everyone.